everyone, Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I have got my last video for you today in my little mini series. I don't even think I mentioned that it was a mini series. It kind of happened by accident, where I am using the Kaiser Craft collection called Finders Keepers, and I am scrapping up a series of photos from a wedding I attended back in 2014. So that's why it's a mini series, because it's all the same collection and it's all the same photos from the same event. Now, I don't often scrapbook 12 by 12 layouts of photos from the same event. I usually put them all onto one layout, or they would have their own album if there was that many of them that they needed a lot. But because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, my 2014 photos are lost. I only have a very small amount of 2014 photos to scrapbook anyway, so I'm just 12 by 12ing them all and doing however I want to do them. And then I wouldn't necessarily have scrapbooked the same photos from the same collection, a series in the same collection, but I did sort of two of them and then deliberately did the third one in that same kit, and then realised I still had a fourth one to go and thought, well, that will look weird. I can't do the fourth one in a whole different kit when the other three are all in the same kit. So yeah, I've done them all in this same kit. Finders Keepers Kaiser Craft collection. It is an older collection. I don't think you'd be able to get it anymore, but nonetheless cute. So I've roughed up a few scraps of paper, which are what the spotty is, the scraps. And obviously I've used a big 12 by 12 sort of almost like a wash, that one is. That's all part of the collection. The brown spotty paper, or the craft coloured spotty paper, I used that to mat my photos with. It's from a 6.5 by 6.5 paper pad. And I just cut up the rest of it into 2 strips to use, on the paper. And these sort of flourishy pieces are again from the 6.5 inch paper pad. The Kaiser Craft paper pads have like 3 or 4 pages at the end of them of sort of ephemera and border, not stickers. It's made out of paper. Like this, and it's sort of like all perforated edges, and you just pop it out of the paper and you can then use it as you so desire. And I desired to layer it up and make an interesting middle of my page. So you can see I've kind of, decorated down the center-ish part of my page. It's a little bit messy, a little bit off, not straight, not perfect, off, skewed around, and my photos are going to sit on top of that, and so is my ephemera. Off camera, I roughed up my edges using my distressing tool and then sort of went at it a little bit more with my fingers. You could definitely just use some scissors or your fingernail, totally up to you. Sometimes wetting the edge will get a nice distressed look to it. I didn't. Kaiser Craft paper is a little bit on the thinner side, and it's easier to tear. You can definitely see some tears in the top row of spotty blue paper. Now for this effect, that was good, but if you want distress without tearing, you need to go a little bit lighter with this kind of paper. With a heavier cardstock paper, you could definitely add a little bit of water to get the distress to work a bit more and get that nice fluffy edge to it. So that is how I'm going to embellish. So I thought I better start sticking down. I found the balloons and the jars with straws in them a little bit different for this collection. They almost didn't look like they were drawn the same. They had like a different outline to them, I suppose, and they were a little bit challenging to use. So I thought it was best to pop them onto this layout while I was currently about a party, because you just never know when you're going to have another party layout to do and choose to use this collection for it. So I figure while they work, I'm going to put them down so I just don't get left over with the embellishments that I don't particularly love. I do find that happens. I'll go and get a kit And then when I look at what's left of it, I'm like, oh, that's why it's still here. It's the embellishments I don't really like. And then I just put the kit back, which is of no help whatsoever. So if I could fit these embellishments on, I was going to. Now, side note, I stuck the that blue playing card down a bit lower than I'd planned to. So that sort of messed me up a little bit there. You can see a lot more of that playing card, and it's the number 6. So I counted and I'm like, oh, are there 6 people in that photo? Unfortunately, no. There are 7. That would have just been my good luck. Because the number 2 card that's next to Matt and I, there are 2 people in that photo. So what a shame. Oh well, can't win them all. So I decided to use these Amy Tan, I think they're Amy Tan stickers called My Crew. And then I was just about to go, but thought the My Crew's pretty black. I might use the stars that come on the thicker sheet. And then I was going to just do 3 because, you know, odd numbers. And then realised there was only 2 left, so 5 is still an odd number. So I did 5. And decided just for, you know, for the scrapbook purposing. I will do journaling, but just for the purposing, I do work, put the word work on there. And I thought these stickers were the same font. Turns out they're probably not the same font, but it works, so no big deal. I knew that they weren't like the word work. I knew that obviously the thickers wouldn't have been joined together because it's not a script. You can't have individual stickers be a script as so much. But I thought they looked more like the font, but turns out they don't. But no big deal. It totally works. It doesn't look out of place. So once I have put on the stickers and the stars, I then splatter just the top left and bottom right with navy and black Heidi Swap Color Shine. And then I'm going to put on a few rhinestones. These rhinestones have lost their stick and the entire row of like 8 rhinestones came off in my hand. So, of course, I use all 8 of them because, you know, one doesn't want to waste any rhinestones and a few stray rhinestones will totally go missing. So that's my plan. So you can see maybe that they've come off now. So now I'm just going to put every single one on the page of those 8. And then this layout will be finished. Now, I don't have a series of close-up photos for you today. I just have the overall layout. So I hope you have enjoyed this process. I hope it inspires you to get some scrapping done. And thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day. Happy scrapping, everyone. Bye.